The next year or so of video games is going to be massive. We're nearly at the year mark since the next generation of consoles launched, so some amazing games should be released. October 2021 is actually an amazing month of games. So today we'll discuss new video games of October 2021 that you do not want to miss. First up is FIFA 22. This one needs no real introduction as it's always one of the biggest games each year. People take time off of work or school just to grind out this game and play so much more than they actually need to. The first one on this list is FIFA 22. Even though these games are largely the same each and every year, they still bring in some amazing sales. This one has the privilege of being the first real one to launch on the next generation of consoles like the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. This game is going to be huge, and if you're a football or FIFA fan, you won't want to miss out on this one. This launches on October 1st. Next up is Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. This next one on our list is something people didn't really see coming. Many Monkey Ball fans have been asking for a new game for years now. For so long, they've been using mods for content. But now we finally have a new Super Monkey Ball game releasing, and it's in October. This game is called Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, and it's easily the biggest one to date. There are so many new game mods and mini games. We also have so many guest characters to fill out the roster you can roll around in for the game. This game should be huge, and it launches October 5th. Next up is Far Cry 6. Far Cry 6 is the long-awaited next entry in the Far Cry series. Fans have been waiting for a traditional Far Cry game since Far Cry 4, as Far Cry 5 just didn't live up to anyone's expectations and just wasn't a great game overall. Far Cry 6 is looking to go back to the series' roots and make sure fans have a memorable adventure with some truly amazing characters and villains. This game's looking to be amazing and should be a hit game for all consoles. It's going to be the first Far Cry game to hit the next generation of consoles, so look out for it when it releases on October 7th. Next up is Metroid Dread. Metroid Dread is easily one of the biggest games of the year, and it releases in October this year. This game is the first traditional Metroid game in decades, and fans are so happy it was announced. The game was only announced a few months ago, and people are so hyped for its release. The game's going back to the series' roots and should encapsulate what everyone loves about those early Metroid games. The game should be released on October 8th and is set to be huge. The game will only release on Nintendo Switch, which should still have some insane sales due to how long people have waited for this game. Next up is Back 4 Blood. This next game is a zombie horde shooter that will be released on October the 12th. Back 4 Blood is a game made for zombie fans. You can run around and kill zombies, get loot, and set up traps to destroy your enemies. The game was very well received, and when it launched on Game Pass a few weeks ago, people love it. This game should be really good, so you should look out for it if this sort of thing fits your style. The game's launching on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. It should be huge, so keep an eye out for it when it launches in October. Next up is Demon Slayer: The Hikonomi Chronicles. Ever since Demon Slayer debuted and people fell in love with the show, people have been wanting a company to make an amazing game out of it. Well, it's finally happening. Demon Slayer: The Hikonomi Chronicles is a game created by those who made the Naruto Storm series of games. Now you know it's going to be amazing. The game allows you to replay the anime story and fight your friends online or even fight against other people through ranked or casual modes. This game looks amazing and visually beautiful. It has really captured the essence of the show and its art style. This game is set to launch on October 15th on all platforms. Next up is Battlefield 2042. Battlefield 2042 is the first true next-gen shooter. We know others are releasing like Call of Duty Vanguard, and even Battlefield will launch on the previous generation of consoles, but it was designed for the next generation. The game was designed with the consoles in mind and seems to really take advantage of what they bring to the table. The game is set to be even bigger than before and should be just amazing for shooter fans. Battlefield 2042 has such a huge scale and could easily be the best game of this year. We know it's going to sell well. You should really keep your eyes out for it in the near future. Next up is Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. This next game is going to be amazing for those who love Marvel and some single-player action games. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy is the next great Marvel game after what was Marvel's Avengers. People didn't really enjoy that game, so this new one should take over that game. The game is single-player and involves an in-depth story following the Guardians cast. Game's separate from all other games and films and seems to just be its own thing. This looks great and should be a true test for Marvel fans. Game launches on October 26th. Next up is Mario Party Superstars. The penultimate game on this list is the newest addition to the Mario Party franchise. With Mario Party Superstars, this is the sort of game people have been wanting for a long time. The game has 5 classic boards from the early Mario Party games that people loved growing up. It's really bringing these new boards back and spicing them up a little bit. It's a Nintendo Mario game, so you know it's going to sell well and be made with care. This game should be amazing and you should really look out for it when the game launches on October the 29th. And finally, we have Stray. The last game on our list has been long awaited as it was announced before the PS5 even was. This game will only be on the PS5 and we only have a release date of October as a month, no date yet. This game is Stray, a stealth game where you play as a cat. Yes, a cat. This game looks so cool and interesting. It really caught people's attention when it was announced back in 2020. For the longest time, we had no real release date for this game, but with the gameplay reveal, we finally got something. The game will launch sometime in October 2021, but no exact day has been stated yet. This could be because Sony is trying to find a day to fit it in, as October is really packed with games, as you can see. This game should be really cool and could draw even more people to the PlayStation 5 console. And that's the end of the list. The world of video games is really looking promising as we're getting so many new games in the next year or so. Obviously, there are many more games that we didn't put on this list, so please let us know down below what other games you want us to cover. We are being spoiled rotten in this next year as the releases set to happen are some of the biggest in a while. The past few years have been a rough one as the previous gaming generation has come to a close. Now that we have the PS5 and the Xbox Series X out and in the world, there are going to be way more amazing games coming soon and being announced soon. The new gaming generations just started, should last for another few years before the next consoles launch. This generation is yet again the highest powered one as the consoles are on par with PC gaming for the first time ever. October is really looking amazing and should be the first month where we finally get to see what the landscape of the next generation will be. We know that this generation is going to have lots of games on both consoles because of how it's all designed. But over the next year or so, we should see less and less games be released on both generations of consoles. October seems like the first month where we'll really get to see what these consoles are made of. We know they're strong, but will they hold up to people's expectations? And that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Bye.